Today, let's talk about theoretical versus experimental probability. Now, I know those are big words right now, but let's talk about what each one represents. So, we have theoretical, which is what should happen in a scenario, and experimental is what actually ended up happening. So, what did you see happen once you did it? So, for an example, let's talk about flipping a coin. What is the probability you flip a coin and it lands on heads? Let's talk about the theoretical aspect. Well, in theory, there's two sides to a head. So you would say, well, Mr. Mudano, we're going to say there's a 1 out of 2 possibilities. In other words, there's a 50% chance it will land on heads. This would be the theoretical. Because in theory, that's what should happen. You only have two sides. So in theory, that's it. Now, here's what actually happened. David flipped a coin 20 times, but got heads only in 8 of the flips. So, in other words, you got 8 heads out of 20. So, you got 8 heads out of 20 flips. If we were to reduce that, guys, can we reduce by 4? That will be 2 over 5. And as a percent, what is that? Let's see, divide by 2. 2 divided by 5. Times 100, that's actually 40%. So this is what ended up happening in experimental theory, because you actually tried it out and you got the results. It's like a science experiment. First you make a hypothesis and then you test it out. So is theoretical and experimental the same thing? No, but it's real close. What you're going to notice is the more times you do something, the closer it should go to theory. Look at this one. When a student flips a coin 100 times, it lands on heads 47 of those flips. So when you try this out, now you got 47 out of 100. When in theory, you should get half, which in this case will be 50 out of 100, right? 50%. So now compare these. 47 out of 100 versus 50 out of 100. If you turn those into percents, that will be a 47% versus a 50%. So with probability, it basically means the more times you do something, the closer it will be to your theoretical hypothesis or theoretical guess, because that's what should happen. So it gets really, really close the more times you do it, because you're grabbing a bigger sampler data.